during those next 6 minutes, we are going to share some great things. So welcome everybody to the RRR247 team conference call. We're going to share some great things tonight. Glad you made it. And we love welcoming all the new people. So any new people out there, which we have anywhere between 10 and 20 brand new people every Tuesday night. And we love seeing that. We love meeting you. We love greeting you. And we love seeing the growth in all the different states represented. So if you're brand new and this is your first Tuesday night call, welcome. And you can click on the little microphone in the lower left-hand corner of your screen, unmute, say hello, let us know what state you're calling in from, and welcome to the call.
Hi, I'm Vince Gallo, and I'm from right around the Phoenix area in Arizona. And today's my first Tuesday night, and Linda Horn is my instructor. So I'm just getting started.
Fantastic.
Looking forward to it.
And I've been focused on you all night, Vince. I grew up hanging out with the Gallo family, so that name, I spotted that name right away. Welcome to the family, and glad. Thanks for unmuting and saying hello.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, who else is out there? If you're brand new and it's your first Tuesday night, we love hearing from you. We love hearing from new people, but we also love seeing all the different states being represented. So if it's your first Tuesday night, or even if it's your second Tuesday night and you didn't get a chance to say hello last week, go ahead and click on the little microphone, unmute yourself, or hold down the space bar on your keyboard and unmute yourself, say hello, let us know what state you're calling in from, and welcome to the call.
Hey guys, my name. Hey, we should hold our hands.
There's a bunch of us, I guess.
Guys, go ahead.
No, you go ahead, buddy.
All right, my name is Ben Cummins. I'm from South Carolina. Linda Horn is my instructor. She's done a fabulous job my first Tuesday night. Excited to learn. Excited to learn more, guys.
Fantastic. Glad to see some more people on the East Coast. Ben, thank you. And go ahead. It says Clark.
LaShonda Clark from Houston, Texas. This is my first Tuesday night. I'm not sure if Miss Stacy or Miss Tony is going to be counseling me, but I'm happy to be here.
Yep, or both. You just never know. Don't worry. We're glad you made it. Thank you for unmuting, and welcome to the team. And what a great night to be your first Tuesday night. That's all I got to say. All right. And there was one other person I know was trying.
It was the phone number, the 540.
That's me.
Fantastic. Who is me?
Me is Jason Jewell. I live out in Virginia, and this is my first Tuesday night.
Fantastic. Where in Virginia, Jason?
Front Royal.
Oh, fantastic.
Right by Skyline Drive.
Yep, beautiful. Great place.
It is.
And I'm protecting your phone number there, Jason. I put your name in over so no one gets your phone number.
Fantastic. Welcome. Glad you made it on, and thanks for unmuting. Yeah, if you got your phone number on the screen, you're going to be sharing that with a couple of hundred people. All you got to do is click on the three little dots in the right side of your screen there, and it allows you to change your name.
To everybody who doesn't know, I missed my chance to speak last week. I'm Mark Shaper. I'm from Baxter Springs, Kansas, and I'm happy to be here.
Fantastic. Thanks, Mark. Yep. Glad you're here.
I'm Rick McClendon. Whoops, sorry.
Go ahead. Richard, go ahead.
I'm Rick McClendon from West Lafayette, Ohio, and it's my first time on.
Fantastic. Congratulations. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the family. Glad you made it. We got a lot of people coming in. I'm hitting that button with Stacy, and we're having a hard time keeping up with it. The numbers are starting to climb. That's a good thing. We're getting close to the top of the hour. That's what happens every Tuesday night as we get closer and closer to 9 o'clock. But we do absolutely love hearing from all the new people. We love seeing the growth. We love seeing the states that are being represented. Like I said, there's 10 to 20 new people minimum that get a chance to unmute at least, and every single week, and we love seeing that. So if you're brand new and you just got your audio working, you just came in, and there's a lot coming in. As soon as you get a chance, click on that little microphone and unmute yourself, or hold down the space bar on your keyboard, say hello, let us know what state you're calling in from, and welcome to the call.
I'll say hello. I'm Sabrina, and I'm from Chevy Chase, Maryland, and I've been on a couple of Tuesdays, but I think I'm always like sliding in, so I never get this part of the introduction. So hi.
Hi, thank you very much for unmuting. I have seen you on a couple of calls, and I noticed that smile tonight. I've seen you there right in the middle of my screen most of the night somehow. So that was your omen to unmute yourself tonight, Sabrina. Go ahead, Nancy or John.
My name is John Kowalczyk. I'm from Farmington, Minnesota. This is my first Tuesday night, and I was recommended to come here by probably one of the best instructors in the place. So thank you very much.
You're very welcome, and we're all great here, right?
Well, it's the only one I know, so you know.
I'm glad you made it, though. Glad you made it. I love you, John. Love working with you too.
Farmington's in the neighborhood where I came from.
Yep.
I worked in Burnsville, so.
I already told them all about you, Stacy.
Oh, that's why he said you're the great. John.
Yeah, you betcha. Yeah, fantastic. Thanks, John. All right, anybody, who else is out there? Anybody brand new? We're going to get started here real shortly. Who is Click It Advertising? Unmute and try to talk. Go ahead, say hello.
Hi. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Tony Roberts. I'm from Trenton, New Jersey. My first time. I believe Francis Bibbs is going to be my instructor. I'm happy to be here.
Fantastic. Glad you made it. Welcome and thank you. Go ahead, John.
John from Mississippi. It's my second one.
But you didn't get a chance to say hello last time, did you? Fantastic. Well, we're glad you made it, and thank you for unmuting this time. And we were waiting for you because you didn't get a chance last week. Congrats and welcome. All right, anybody else? We're going to get started here real soon. And John, you were number 11, so you made my story true. Every week there's between 10 and 20 people.
Hello, this is
Hello, Renee.
Hi, this is Renee Royal from Montgomery, Alabama.
Fantastic.
Yes, I'm a retired teacher from Atlanta, and I'm happy to be here.
Fantastic, and we're happy you're here too. Thank you. Glad you made it. Go ahead, Dan. Dan from somewhere. You can go ahead now. You're unmuted. No, might have lost his audio. That's okay. We know Dan is new and Dan was trying to speak. I'm gonna go ahead and put a tally mark. Dan, you made number 13. That's fantastic to see. So 13 brand new people, and those are the ones that have figured out how to unmute or brave enough to unmute and say hello. And I'm glad you did. Thank you. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the family. And we love seeing all those new states represented. We probably have one more minute. I've got to get going. So I'm going to go ahead and say this is last call. If you're brand new and it's your first Tuesday night, we love hearing from you. We love seeing all the states represented. And all you got to do is click on that little microphone in the lower left-hand corner or hold down the space bar on your keyboard like a walkie-talkie while you're talking and say hello and let us know what state you're calling in from. And welcome to the call.
Hey, everybody. This is Robert Davis. I'm from Lafayette, Louisiana.
Louisiana. Did you catch that first name, Stace?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Go ahead, Dan.
Good. Oh, I don't have anything to offer. I'm brand new here. I don't really know anything about this, so I'm just here to listen and learn.
Fantastic. Where are you calling in from?
Muskegon, Michigan.
Muskegon, Michigan. Thanks, Dan. Welcome. Glad you made it.
So am I. Thank you so much.
I think Dan. Nope, I can't count Dan. I already counted Dan. All right. All right, but it is 9:03. We probably have a couple of seconds left. If you're brand new and you want to unmute and say hello, go ahead and do so. Click on that microphone or hold.
I'd like to say hello.
Go for it,
I'd like to say hello. I'm Marla Wade, and my instructor has been Candace, and I'm really excited and looking forward to this.
Fantastic. Thank you, Marlo. I'm glad you made it.
Thank you.
All right. So there's 15 brand new people. That's a fantastic. Well, 15 is pretty close, right in the middle of between 10 and 20, isn't it? What a good guess. It happens every week. It's somewhere between 10 and 20. We love seeing the growth, but we love seeing the new faces and the new states and everything that's happening. It's a great thing to be a part of. Welcome to all of you to the RRR247 family. All right, so for those of you who are brand new and you weren't on the first call, you're brand new in here, let me introduce myself. My name is Niall Eddy. I live in Southwest Florida. I've been in the industry for 33 years. I've known the Rickards, who are the co-founders of this system, for 29, almost 30 of those 33 years. It's been a great life. It's been a great ride. It introduced me to a whole new world. It changed the course of my life. I was that dad who got to stay home with my kids every single day and be as big a part of their life as I could. I put them on the bus. I took them off the bus. I was part of all their extracurricular activities: football, volleyball, cheerleading, their bowling coach for the high school. I did everything I could to spend more time with my kids, but I wouldn't have been able to do that in the industry I was in before this. This industry gave me that time freedom. It gave me the financial freedom, everything I needed to do to spoil my family and raise them in a way that I probably could have never dreamt of as a construction worker or an aviation mechanic. I've traveled the world. I've met tons of great people. We've got a leadership team here that Rory's put together that I have made my family, my brothers and sisters, and we are taking this around the world and we're having a blast doing it. We love what we do. We have a lot of passion for it because of the system that Rory and Tanya put together. I told you I've met them 29 years ago. And when I met them, Rory was working for a telecommunication company out west. He provided me with a voicemail system that I needed to build my business, but it was a voicemail system that was all about mass communication because I could send messages out to a network of people around the country as I was doing it. I took that system and started building my business all over the place, but I was only doing that because Rory was able to get on the phone with me every other day and tell me how to use it. I'm not a techie. I couldn't even figure out the phone system back then. Voicemails and billboard voicemails, just, something that I needed somebody to show me the way, right? That's who Rory Rickard is. He was a young guy that just had a lot of passion to help people, and he loved teaching, and he loved sharing this system that he put together. The internet came around in 93, and that's when Rory found his niche. He left that company, went online, became one of the first gurus. It started off with lead generation guru. They built incredible lead generation companies. They did everything the right way. They did everything with the customer in mind. They valued every relationship that they built, and they built incredible lead generation companies, not just in this country, but we had the internet. Now they were doing this globally all over the world. And I remember Rory, I used to call him, but if he wasn't skiing down a mountainside somewhere, he was on an airplane flying to another country to support another group of people somewhere in some other country. He was that kind of guy. He had a lot of passion for what he was doing. He loved to travel. He loved to see the world. And he loved helping people. So the internet gave him the ability to do that. He became the first online guru in lead generation. Then he started building websites and became the website guru on the internet. And there was a lot of people out there building websites for entrepreneurs like myself to build their business online, but nobody could produce a website like Rory did. No one could produce a website that gave the kind of statistics that his did, that we could just plug into and build an incredible business because of the way he put it all together. That website went from a one-page thing to a two-page thing to a second generation pages hiding behind pages thing. And every year it got a little bit better and a little bit bigger, and he kept adding more to it till it developed and evolved into this wonderful thing that you guys are looking at today called the performance blogging system, where we have hundreds of pages inside that main page that all represent different products and services that we get to take to the marketplace, and relevant stuff that we can have a positive impact on other people's lives while we're building ourselves such an incredible business. I met Rory face to face for the first time when I went to Miami and the event we were both attending. When I looked in his eyes and I shook his hand and I seen what a great human being that is, with an uncanny ability to see the future and understanding mass communication like nobody else does, and talking about a technology that nobody was even talking about yet. I knew that he was somebody that I wanted to know, that I wanted to have a part of my life. I knew we were going to be affiliated somehow for the rest of our lives. I had no idea how good it was going to get, though, and all the great things that we were going to accomplish along the way. A couple years after meeting him, I got to fly out to Utah and meet the co-founder of RRR247, his wonderful wife, Tanya. That's the first time I met the power couple, right? I met this young woman that was raising 7 kids running 7 businesses and helping Rory put this thing together. These are 2 people like no other. They're a power couple because they complement each other incredibly well. They have unbelievable skills that match each other and support each other. She's one of the most organized people I've ever met in my life. Everything's on time. Everything's categorized. The calendar's filled out for the next 2 years. They're already planning things for this team and for this family for the next 2 years because that's what they do. Every morning they wake up, they have a media meeting and a goal setting meeting. They have their coffee, they watch the sun come up over the mountains there in Utah, and they ask, what can we do to make this better for everybody else? What can we add to this system? What do we know and what do we have and what do we understand that we can add to the system or add to the training to give everybody that's involved all the power that they need to build whatever it is that they're here to build? How can we paint that picture better for everybody? That's what they talk about every single morning. Those people are the legends in this world, right? Jim Rohn taught me that years ago. The true legends on this planet are the people who find ways to help and service the most other people. That, by definition, is the definition of Rory and Tanya Rickard. I've known them for a long time. I call them family. My brother, my sister. We vacation together. We have spent holidays together. We've traveled all over the country and other countries together. We're living a great life. But I'll tell you, of all the things we've done throughout the years, we've never had it as good as we have it right now. The system that these 2 put in place that we have at our fingertips that we can just get plugged into and take out there and run as fast as we can run with it and help a lot of other people and help ourselves in incredible ways. And the training and the support system that they put in place is like no other. But the marketing and advertising skill set that they brought to the table to give to you so you don't have that big learning curve and you don't have all those expenses to build your business is like nothing else out there. You can spend the next 12 months doing all the research you want. You won't find anybody that provides marketing, advertising, tools, training, system, and support like Rory and Tanya Rickard and what they put together here at RRR247. That's why I'm so proud to be a part of it. That's why I'm proud of what my friends have accomplished, right? That's why I'm so happy to meet people like Stacy Southward and some of the people you heard talking a minute ago. We're a team of people with a lot of passion that want to take Rory and Tanya's mission, their story, their goals, and take it out to the world. They had a goal a couple of years ago, and Stacy will remember this, of helping 1 million families, having a positive impact on 1 million families. Guess what? Because of the things that have developed over the last couple of years, especially now that number has jumped up to 10 million families. We're global. We're spreading out. And now you know what's going to happen? That number is going to jump up eventually to 20 million families because we have everything that we can do that with. We have the tools. We have the technology. We've got the resources in place. Everything is in place for us to take this global until we have our story, our mission, this tool, this system, and this family is in every country, on every continent, on this planet, and none of us want to rest until we have accomplished that. And guess what, guys? You're a part of that now. So for all the brand new people, I think it was 15 brand new people that got a chance to unmute and say hello, welcome. And if you're looking for something that you can take out to the world and have a positive impact on other people's lives, where you're also building whatever your income goals are here, you found your home. And we welcome you with open arms, all of us. We look forward to celebrating your success with you. Dive into the system, be a good student like I did, put forth the effort and achieve your goals. And we want to watch you check those off and achieve them because that's an exciting thing to be a part of. That's why we all sleep so well. That's why we all get up in the morning and say, I can't wait to get to work. I can't wait to meet whoever I'm going to help today. It's an exciting thing. I tell everybody all the time, I still pinch myself sometimes. And Rory and I say, we get to do this, don't we? We get to do it. That's our favorite. You're going to see that. Actually, it's part of our family. You're going to see it on hats. We get to do it. That's our logo. We get to do it because it's fun and it's exciting and it's social and it's helpful. And we're putting forth, whether we're going to go around the world and do our best to stomp out poverty and inequity and everything that we can attack on this planet, give people opportunity that never had opportunity before. We're excited about that. And you guys get to be a part of this team, this marketing army that's going to go out there and have such a good impact on the world. So welcome. every single one of you. I think I'm introducing Rory tonight, so that's going to be my pleasure to introduce our co-founder, you guys. He's an incredible human being. He has a passion to help all of you, and he's, like I said, the online guru, the tech guy. No matter what technology's doing tomorrow, Rory's going to keep us on top of that. No matter what's relevant out there in the marketplace, Rory's going to keep us on top of that. As he travels the globe and meets all these people and talks to all those people that we talked about earlier, all those relationships that he's built over the years, he's going to be bringing more back to this family to help you build your future and achieve your goals or whatever it is. You want to have a positive impact? You want to overabundance in your life so that you can share it with other people? This is the place to be. Not just abundance, Sabrina, overabundance. So we can share that abundance, right? Fantastic. So it's my pleasure, you guys, to introduce my friend, my brother, our co-founder, my mentor, even though he's younger than me, and a friend to all of us here, our co-founder, Mr. Rory Rickard. The microphone is yours, and we can't wait to hear what you're going to share tonight.
All right, thanks, Niall.
There he is.
For everything. Okay, guys. So, wow, I really like the fact that we get to do this. So I've got two screens where I'm at. Tanya and I are here in Orlando celebrating our daughter's graduation, and so it's a working trip like we always do. I have a lot of stuff to catch you guys up on today, and we're going to start focusing on a couple of our offers that are in Cash Network Direct. But I wanted to really set the tone for what's happening right now here, May 2022. We're halfway through the month, and we've got a lot of big things coming. So I'm going to recap a couple things that are super important. And I'm going to put out a challenge to everybody here to push yourselves even more. So let me explain what that means. You're brand new, just keep doing what you're being instructed to do the homework, go through the sessions, one step at a time. Don't skip around, just follow the system. The system works, just follow it. Those that have been here for a while, you know we're doing more. We're trying to get you more involved in all the different legs of marketing that we have. There is an incredible amount of success that's available now. And I would say it's faster now, it's available faster now than it's ever been, because we have removed some amazing friction points that we were able to identify just by trying to see where things weren't going as smooth as they should go for everybody. This is one big, amazing system. And if everybody does exactly the way it's laid out to be, and they do the work, it's going to work for them. It's just a matter of not quitting. That's it. Don't quit. You're going to succeed here. And if you want to succeed in a bigger method, you know, that's going to come down to a couple items. And one of those items I want to talk about right now is called taste. And it's something I bring up a lot. It literally, I think, is the biggest problem here. Next to quitting is understanding taste and allowing yourself to experience taste bigger than what you've had before. So I'm going to start off by talking about environments. Our environment, or the environment we grew up in, literally represents 90% of who we are today. Meaning where you grew up, how you grew up, and the environment around that, what your parents did for work, the community, your upbringing, and all of that depicted who you became. And we get to make choices if we want to live within that, or if we want to achieve more or want more. There is a natural human trait that we should strive for more. We should always be venturing out. We should all be trying to do more all the time. It's the human nature. It's the way we succeed and grow. We take what we learn from our ancestors and develop it further. We should be progressing all the time. It's something it's in our DNA. It's part of a natural survival. It's part of instinct that we have. We should be doing that. And if anybody feels like they shouldn't be growing more than what their parents did, it's theologically wrong. We should always be striving for more. Now, that's something where it comes in, and a lot of people will talk about, you know, the poor get poorer, the rich get richer. It's not a fair world, blah, blah, blah. All that stuff comes up. Right. And it's easy to get into that realm when you don't have money. It's easy to look at the focus that you have and aim it at your problems being that someone else created that problem instead of owning up and taking advantage of it, especially in America, where anybody can do anything that they want to do if they just go and just apply it, right? There's methods and means to accomplish a lot of things. And I mean, they literally just print the money out like a printing press, right? The money's everywhere. It's just finding a way to get in front of it. But it's more than just money though, right? Money is a vehicle, or they call it currency because it's like current. I like to replace the word money with the word energy. It makes it a lot easier to understand what true money is. It's energy. It represents energy. Without energy, you can't do anything, and doing nothing creates nothing. So no money is just no energy, right? And if you don't have anything to create energy with, you can't get more energy. It takes energy to create energy, right? It's just the way it works. So if you look at it like energy, we need to get in the way where we create energy or have vehicles or systems that are helping us create energy. That's what the PBS represents, is an energy creating system. When we utilize it right, when we're generating traffic through it, we're bringing energy in that creates more energy. It's like a big, huge power plant of energy. And if you look at it that way, instead of calling it money, right? It's a lot easier to understand why it works the way it does and how it works the way, because we're part of the marketing process with what we do. Okay, I got my headset on so I can really concentrate on this message. And I was thinking about today, and I'm like, I gotta portray some things this Tuesday specifically, because we're halfway through May, to the students. Halfway through May, so that you guys can start making some bigger plans for what's going to happen. And it brings me back to taste, right? So taste and energy go together. Taste to me is what we think. Taste is what we know our environment to be, and the best parts of our environment. Like, we'll call it the highest values of what we experience in luxury, in material goods, and also true happiness. And true happiness comes from the service to others, and sharing energy with others, which when you properly do that, it comes back to you tenfold, right? True happiness is helping others. I found that out at a young age, and I've been so grateful ever since. And if I ever feel like I'm like feeling depressed, or I feel like things just aren't going my way, the more I go help somebody else, the better things become every time, without question. And that's why what we have here is so dynamically awesome, because we all get to help other people all the time. We get to do it. And it creates a very happy place and happy atmosphere, happy energy that creates more and more energy. Okay, so as I put that in motion, I'm going to go back to taste. Taste is what we believe we deserve. Taste is what we have had a idea of, right? And that's, we kind of set our own barriers and limits. And unfortunately, based on our environments, most hold a low taste value. And to them, it might seem high, but usually when you talk to them, it's not really what they want. But yet they're self-limiting themselves. And I like to bring that out there, because I guarantee a lot of us here, a lot of you there, I guarantee it's a taste thing. I had my own taste issues growing up and developing business. And I used to really not, I didn't say it, but I really felt it deep down, and I had to really analyze it, where I just thought abundance is all I needed. I just needed to just have what I needed. And I got what I needed. If I needed something, it always came in. But I didn't believe I deserved overabundance, and it came from childhood trauma and issues with the parents and the way they handled their money. And once I got over that and changed my taste and had it adjusted for overabundance, that's when exceptional incomes were created. And I got to tell you, overabundance allows you to help a lot of people. You can't help people with just abundance. You're getting by, you're handling your stuff, but you're not able to have extra to pay it forward to other people. You've got to change your taste and adjust it for overabundance, and we all deserve it. I promise you, God wants us to have a lot of money, especially if you're doing the right things with it. And the more of the right things you do, the more you're going to get. It's the energy. The more energy you put in forward to help others, the more energy is going to come back at you. Remember, we're going to replace money and wealth with the word energy. Okay. Just for today, if not always. Okay. So taste is a very interesting thing. So I actually had a great conversation with a pastor today. I was at a cigar lounge, and we talked for a long time, and we got on the talking of discussion of taste, and he brought up a different angle on it, which makes absolute sense. And I was like, man, I'm going to share this today. And it had to do with steak, right? Like if you never had a steak before, you wouldn't know the taste of that steak, right? You got to experience it, right? You don't like just wake up one morning and say, man, I want steak if you never had it before. But once you've tasted steak, you're going to want it again. You don't think, oh, that was great, I don't want it again. No, you want it again. Like you're like, man, that steak was really good, I want that again. And that's, it's another, analogy. And I was also listening to, he does a Family Feud now. He's an amazing, funny guy, but talks a lot of sense. Steve Harvey. Thank you, Stacy. I'm glad I got my surrounding family to help me out with the trivia. Thank you, Stacy. Steve Harvey does a bit, and he talks about first class travel, and it's again, it's the same conversation going towards taste. If you haven't traveled in first class, you don't have a taste for it. You don't know what it's really like. You can guess, you can look, you can kind of, look behind the curtain and go, yeah, I know, I get it. They're just trying to get more money out of me. I say they curtain it off so we can't be part of that elite up front, and they're feeding them better meals and they're getting all their free drinks, and you get teased by it, right? But the second you book first class and sit in first class and get that treatment of first class, you now have a taste for first class, and you're never going to want to not sit in first class again because your taste has been adjusted. It's seriously something you should do, because once you adjust your taste, you start allowing yourself to earn more, to gain more energy. And that's where it becomes self-limiting. And this goes back to environmental. Okay. Tanya and I travel first class almost all the time. Almost all the time. And when we don't, I promise you there's complaining happening. Right. And it's usually because we had to take a different airline, we had to do something different. And we work really hard, and we give ourselves that taste because it's like you're traveling in a lot more luxury. You've got a lot more space for your legs. You got more space for your body. I can actually work because I have full space. Even if the person ahead of me puts their chair back, I can actually type on my computer. You can't in the other chairs, by the way. You just can't. It's physically impossible. The second somebody puts their chair back, yeah, Mark, the second they put their chair back, you can't do anything because you can't even see your screen because it just doesn't work. It's not comfortable. And yeah, I'm sure they do it on purpose, and they're trying to maximize it. But if you're going to first class, and I'm gonna give you guys just a really simple secret. Okay, most of our airfare that we go on first class is it's only a little bit more than coach. I'm kind of smart, and I kind of figure out patterns, and I'm going to share something with you guys. So you guys can write this down. All right. You guys, sometimes Tanya and I are traveling, like we're going to be traveling to these events, and we're going to pay less for first class, and you guys pay for coach because we just did it ahead of time. Do you guys know, I'm going to bring out some things, and this is a wealthy attitude, a wealthy mindset that allows this to happen. When you've got more means and you're wise with your energy, when you plan ahead, you get better deals. Okay, you get better deals. So the second we know a trip's coming up, and Tanya is an extreme planner. I like to be very organized. She makes me just really like on top of things. We've got most of next year already planned out, right? So when we book, the difference from coach to first class might only be a couple $100 because we booked so far in advance. I've had times when it was only $50 more because of how far in advance we picked. Most people that don't have the mindset for first class don't even look at what it costs because they already assume it's going to cost too much money. They've already told themselves, based on taste, they can't afford it. So they don't even look. But that ticket may only be $60 more than the coach. And I'm going to promise you that $60, especially if you drink alcohol, have you ever bought like a cocktail in the airport? It's like $300. Like by the time you leave that bar, it's so expensive. So an extra $60, you're saving money. You go get a turkey sandwich, it's $16. And it's been like a day old. Like you guys, this is real in the airports. I'm telling you, it's super expensive. To me, that's a waste, right? Like by the time Tanya and I could have a decent meal, it's gonna be $120. If we go on the plane and they feed us like that extra $60, it's kind of a break even. But we got first class treatment because we planned ahead of time. If the most expensive time to buy coach is a week before the trip, days before the trip, it's supply and demand. It just shoots up. But as soon as the flights are available, you can watch them. And if you're going the same places, you can kind of log in and see what the rates are. And I also use what's called cheapflights.com. I go to cheapflights.com. I put in the search for where I want to go, and I do it based on first class. And it'll tell me the airlines that have the best rates to go that route. And sometimes it'll be the exact same airline that I use. So we fly Delta. We hub out in Salt Lake City. And Delta rates are usually pretty good for us. However, if I just go to the app and just trust that they're going to give me the best rate as a platinum member, and I go through it, right? And I guess for gold status, whatever our status is, I expect them to give me a good rate. Well, that's not what happens. They're going to give me whatever rate they think I want to give. And a lot of times it's super expensive compared to what I could get if I would have known how to book it differently. Sometimes I go to cheap flights and I book through them. I still get my air miles. Everything else still works, but I get a cheaper rate by hundreds of dollars. So I just go to cheapflights.com. I check it out there. Okay. And then based on the rate, it'll show me the best route for the money. And you can also look by time and who's fastest. And then I offset, I verify that based on going through the app itself through delta.com or Southwest, who I don't really like to fly on, or JetBlue, right? I go look at my different favorites for us and where we're going. So I'm just telling you guys, if you plan ahead and you're prepared, you can almost always get a better rate. So don't hesitate to look and see what it costs to go to first class. But once you go once, your taste is going to adjust. I've never met one person that flew first class and said, oh, that sucked, I'll never do that again. Not one. And we all deserve to live that way. It's the abundance is out there. Nobody should live in poverty. Nobody should go without. It's just understanding how to get there, back to environment. And this adjusts to our taste too. So I'm going to get there. Our environment is depicted 90% of how we grew up. Right? The family we were born into raises us, and our parents want us to have more than them. That's a natural thing as a human. If a parent doesn't want their kid to have more than them, something's wrong with that parent. We all want our kids to have a better life. We want them to have it easier than us, right? Almost to a fault, right? Tough times make strong men make good times make soft men make horrible times, and the cycle starts over again. You guys have heard this stuff. It's real, okay? The generation I was growing up in, apparently there was great times well before my generation because we were hard times when I was there, right? Hard times make for strong men. You got to step up. I had to step up. I appreciate where I was. I wouldn't be here today. We wouldn't even be talking today if I had been born into a different environment and I wasn't who I was. My personality wasn't the way it was. And I didn't have mentors that saw me as an aspiring young man and took me under their wing, right? If it wasn't for like Richard Davidson, who came in at the right time in my life to put me on a better path and share his wisdom with me and sent me on my way. So back to that, your environment depicts 90% of who you are. I'll make it simple. If your parents are employees or were employees, odds are, so are you. That's all they know. They don't know what they don't know. The poor can't help their kids become rich because if they knew how to do it, they'd be doing it. And because pride and other things that are part of a broke mentality get in the way, they don't reach out for help typically. And so they live in that and they pass on whatever they can pass on. But if their habits aren't to grow and grow wealth and accumulate wealth, they're not going to help their offspring to grow because they don't know how to do it. So all they can do is teach them what they know, the best of what they know. That's what they can teach them. And if they know how to be poor, that's all they can pass on. The rich get richer because they know how to create wealth. They know how to properly invest and get their money working for them and getting time to work for them. And so of course they're going to teach their kids how to do that. They're going to help their kids learn how to do that, and hopefully help their kids how to do it better, sooner, earlier, right? They're going to be able to pass that on. Every one of us, if we had a lot of wealth when we first started out and we have kids, we give our kids the most we can give them too. That's why the rich get richer. They know how to do it. It's an environmental thing. What we don't have enough of this world is people that are rich and wealthy reaching down outside of their own family, inviting somebody else to come along the ride and inspire them and teach them so that they can help their generations do better. That's what we don't have enough of. That's what we get to do here. That's what we do here. I've been able to give back for what was given to me. And by teaching instructors how to do it, they can teach others and others and others and so on. And the ripple effect is here. That's what we get to do here. But we still have a major problem here, and it's called taste. And taste is something you cannot teach. It has to be experienced. And I'm going to go on a massive soapbox on this today because it's the biggest area of my concern with everybody here. Okay. If you don't have a taste and you've never tasted it before, you have to experience it. So it has to be something you dive into. You have to immerse yourself into it voluntarily. It can't be forced upon you. If I gave you $1 million and you never had the taste for that before, you wouldn't know what to do with it and you would flounder it. That's where the stats go. If I teach you how to make $1 million and you learn along the way and you understand the energy part of it and you allow yourself to grow into it and adjust your tastes, you'll appreciate it and be able to do more with it than if you were just given it without the taste. So I'm gonna elaborate on taste a lot more and in some different angles to hopefully get you guys to understand it. So I talked about the first class travel. I also talked about steak. If you never had a steak before and someone says, man, I really could go for a good porterhouse right now, you'd be like, I don't get the big deal. Like, what's a porterhouse, right? Whatever. But if you had a first bite of that porterhouse, you probably would be going, why haven't I had this before? How old are you? And you hadn't had a steak before. So let's imagine that. You're today years old, and let's say you never had a steak before. All right. And imagine you tasted steak for the first time. So we can talk about that because everybody here has probably tasted steak. And if you're vegan, I apologize. It's the analogy I have today. So imagine if you never tasted steak and you tasted it right now. Imagine that. And now imagine all those times, those days, those years before now that you didn't experience that. You would feel like you missed out something. And I guarantee you're not thinking, I don't want to try that again. You're probably going to die wondering, you're going to be dying every day you don't have that steak again because that first taste was amazing. And now you know what the taste of steak is. Well, the same thing goes with better quality of life. And a lot of times our quality of life is based on money. Let's call it energy. The amount of energy you can receive each month, for instance, depicts your self-value and the taste you have for yourself. Unfortunately, most everyone creates a self-worth based on the amount of energy you're able to receive on a monthly basis. So if you receive if you're making the most you've ever made is 10 grand a month, that's your taste. You know what 10 grand a month tastes like. If it's 2 grand a month, that's where your taste is at. And even when you're given an opportunity that allows you to make more than what you've currently had, if that's where you've set your barometer of value at, you'll start self-sabotaging or getting in your own way or finding excuses not to experience past that boundary, that barrier that you gave yourself. It's a real problem. It's actually the biggest problem I have in teaching you guys how to do more here. It's not the system doesn't work. It works. The more you work it, the more it's going to work for you. It's proven. But getting you to put that effort in, that extra work in, that push in, that investment into yourself to achieve the goals that you say you want, but your actions are blocking because of taste, is the biggest problem here. It's always been my biggest problem. And I'm trying to find a way to get through that. Okay. So we created a better process in our other legs of marketing with our setting and our presenting processes that you guys get involved with in V marketing after session 2. It's part of session 3 and 4, and the friction's gone, and it's making it easier for people to do more. And you guys just got to grasp that and run with that. I promise you, it's going to create more wealth. What you need to get past of is allowing yourself to create and receive more. It's receiving. So I want to talk about receiving and going back to energy. Okay. You guys know in the laws of nature, for every plus, there is a minus. For every negative, there's a positive. Okay. And I've had it explained to me by many mentors over the years on energy as far as giving and receiving. So I've personally have had a huge issue receiving. I've had no problem giving my entire life. In fact, I'd rather give than receive. And I would not receive. I would actually boycott it. And it came from my childhood growing up and not having much to receive, and rather it go to my siblings or others, and I would go without or find a way to get it myself. And I got to a point where it'd be like, no, I don't want to receive from anybody. I'm just going to be independent and do it myself. I don't want to be let down because I've been let down by family growing up to the point where I was just going to take care of myself, and no one can let me down because I was going to take care of it for me, and I wouldn't receive. A lot of counseling sessions to get past this for everybody to know, right? If you know there's a block in your life, find a mentor, find somebody who can help break through it, because it's a miserable place to be not receiving. Because when you don't receive, you can't get that overabundance. You can't get a lot of things because you put a block in there. You block your own taste for receiving. We all should be receiving. It's okay to receive. We're supposed to receive. We're supposed to give and receive. It doesn't make sense just to give and not get back. And that's the way energy works, right? It's the same with money. Remember, replace money with energy. If I give energy, I should also receive energy. If I want overabundance, I'm going to be receiving energy. If I don't want to receive it, then I'm going to block myself from getting overabundance. So you need to receive. Now, here's another amazing concept, and I've heard it multiple times, and it rings true to me. For every plus, there is a minus. So if I don't receive, and I'm giving a lot, then there's an excess amount for someone else to receive. That's got to go somewhere. Somebody's getting the overabundance that I passed on, because it's got to go somewhere. So if you look around the world based on taste, there's a lot of people that aren't receiving. They don't feel like they deserve it. They don't ask for it. They don't feel like they deserve it, so they don't ask for it, and therefore they don't receive it. It's got to go somewhere. The universe is going to be moving it around. It's got to go somewhere. It can't just be, there's not like some big depot sitting there with a bunch of receiving. It's being dispersed out. The second that was explained to me the first time, I kind of got it. I heard it the second and the third time, years apart, and it just rang more and more true. And as I was thinking about how to portray taste to everybody today, I was really reflecting on this whole energy situation. And I had that great conversation with the pastor. His name is JL. And he brought up the steak, and we were talking about the taste, and he was coming at it from his theology point of view. And I was like, this is a great conversation that I needed to have today for what I was going to talk about tonight. And I was going through it all, and we're sharing, and we had the very similar beliefs and understanding. And the thing about receiving and the taste and the value is the poor mindset has been altered to believe they don't deserve it. So they shouldn't stand up and ask for it. And the wealthy mindset, they believe they should ask for it, but you're also going to find that the wealthy, in almost every case, and I'm going to put politicians aside for now, I didn't want to go into that, but they're giving people. They've learned the laws of what creates happiness. And they're very giving with their money and resources because they understand it. And they also are great receivers. And the more they receive, the more they're able to give. And they understand the cycle and balance of it and have adjusted their tastes in order to associate with it and receive more. So I'm going to just try a whole different angle of approach on the whole taste thing with everybody today so that you guys can receive more. And then I'm going to impress on you guys something very, very urgent that you need to take heed of, and you need to allow yourself to receive it, and you need to allow yourself to invest into you in order to put the energy out to receive the energy you're going to get from that. Do I have everybody's attention? Everybody that's on camera looks pretty alert, so that's good. Okay. We've got 2 incredible events coming up in September. Some of you have never gone to an event before where a lot of people gather, the same mind, same focus and going. It's extremely impressive. And it's going to have a cost, right? You got airfare, you got hotel, you got the event itself, right? And you got time. That is all 4 areas of energy, right? Energy that you're going to invest into yourself so that you can receive energy from everybody there, from the speakers that are there, from the agenda and the energy of those agendas to help you go to a bigger place, to help you thrive more, to help you expand your taste. There is no other way to explain it other than you're investing energy into yourself to gain more energy and get open for receiving energy. And it's the reason we stress the event so harshly, like almost to where it's like, I know you guys are hearing us pound it into you, because we know if you go, when you go, what you get out of it is going to be extremely more important to help your environment and change where you're going to traject yourself from that moment forward. So we've got some events coming up. We got the Grand Crew event, which will be September 5th. And while that's an extremely important event, the most important one is getting you guys on track to hit all the events. And that's going to be the Accelerate event that's September 22nd through the 26th for us. It's a Thursday registration. Get in. You're going to be able to meet your teams, meet your MSIs, your PSIs, your GSIs, your instructors. You're going to be able to meet the family here. You're going to be able to mingle. And a lot of times the conversations that happen during the outside time of the actual event is the most important. You're going to get some amazing tidbits that are going to help you change the way you see things and receive things and understand things here. Friday, Saturday are full day events, right? They're working lunch events. Like lunch is brought in, provided for us, so we just keep working through those 2 incredible days. Friday night, dinner's on our own. However, I think we're having that provided for us, so we'll have some information on that. So we'll all have a great old time. It's coming together. Saturday night is a huge gala event. Guys, that's tuxedos or fine suits. Your best suit or a tuxedo. All right. Women, it's a fancy gown. All right. And it's open for interpretation on that, right? Like the fanciest gown you have. Sometimes these things are an amazing milestone to see where people are at, and it's a celebration time. You may not have that, $500 dress, but you can set your goals for that and know that you're working towards that as you're building your incomes and building the affluence and allowing yourself to receive what you can receive here. That's Saturday night. Sunday, it's action day. It's RRR247 day. We're doing nothing but a full-on training day, putting things into action for promotions that are going on and working literally side by side with the family here and getting through hurdles that people have and be able to hear from some of our incredible trainers through the course of that day. And then Sunday night, usually we'll be having dinner arrangements and stuff with the teams, some celebration stuff, some award things. And then Monday, we usually carry on for those that are still there. We cover the issues. So if someone has an issue with building pages or whatever else, this is the time to go and get through everything little to big. So the Bella Vita back office is where those tickets are bought. That's our number 2 anchor offer. We have people booking rooms and sharing the costs of splitting the costs. Get with your MSI, get with your instructor team. They all know how to arrange this, but you need to go. Everybody that I'm talking to right now, there's 358 of us, 359. Everybody here should go. There shouldn't be any exceptions. The only exceptions that we allow is if you're having a baby, because obviously that's important. If your kid's getting married and they booked it like a long time ago, we understand that one too. And pretty much medical emergencies only. Outside of that, everybody should go. I'm gonna tell you in the way of a mental mindset. If we go to like a millionaire mindset, if you understood what these mean and how they help you, you cannot afford not to go, because you can't explain it, and if you don't have a taste for it, you don't get it yet. But once you go to an event and get that taste, you're gonna understand why we do these all the time. You're gonna understand why we plan for them months in advance, because those events are the single trajectory that makes people become successful, and especially in a working environment where you're independent on your own, working with the team. This is our office time. This is the time we get to be connected together, exchange energies that you can't even do over this Zoom. It is that important. And I know a lot of people are just like, you're scared to make that jump. You're scared to make it happen. Get with your instructor teams. We split costs. We figure things out. Getting there is super important. It's not the end all. There's going to be another event the following year, but it will change your life, and you need to do everything you can to make it happen. We've got some amazing people here. We always figure things out. We always get more people to go because we make things happen together. Now, I'm going to stress something on that. We all have this incredible thing we have now with setting and presenting, and it's picking up a lot of steam on how we do things. Like momentum is kicking up big time, like we knew it would, and I'm feeling it. If you get involved in that, love that, Diane. If you figure this out and you start setting, you can create more wealth faster now than we've ever had it available before for everyone. If you're scared to set, that's awesome. Grab a hold of that fear, that challenge to yourself, and realize you deserve it. Grab a bite of it. Let's taste it, how it feels. Everything we do here is not life or death. Very forgiving. If you mess up, you just start over again and do it better. Start over. Very forgiving. We celebrate the little victories here because that's what it takes to get the rhythm going, change your patterns, get things going. We are marketers, right? We get to do it. We are marketers, own it. But we get to market in amazing ways that don't need to challenge your comfort zone, though you should challenge your comfort zone. Those that do more are going to receive more. It's energy. The more energy you put in, the more you're going to get out of it. And I wanted to stress this today and take a pause from the regular planned covering some other products and items. So we're gonna be touching base on that on Saturday, because I'm looking at the time and it's not going to happen in the next 8 minutes. In fact, I'm going to look at you, Stacy. I would like you to refocus on the MMMLY, the MLY offer in Cash Network Direct on Saturday on the first hour. Is that okay?
I think we can handle that.
Okay, so that's what we're going to cover on Saturday. I was going to bring it up today. We're going to really go back through every one of our kiosk offers over the next weeks, but don't miss a Tuesday. Even if you think you know those offers, we're going to be rolling out some more highlights on things. I got more things to announce, and we have a huge couple of additions coming in. They're going to pop on the Tuesdays. But today, and especially because we're midway through May, I wanted to bring this up. Now, Bella Vita, back to that, they've got the tickets. Right now, they're still available, not just ticket only, they're packages. Costa got this incredible deal for us where the rooms work out to about $150 a night, and these are like $300 rooms. Okay, so it makes it achievable for a lot more people to get there. It's Dallas, Texas. Remember I talked about the cheap flights? Okay, I saw cheap first-class flights to Dallas, Texas from almost every point of the country. I didn't check yours, Stacy, but we all know it's different. Okay, so it's an amazing thing to get set up. And I want you guys to look at it all, right? And budget it out. And if you got a spouse, it's great if they can go. But if you look at it and you just really can't figure out how to get the spouse to go, one of you goes no matter what, and then you're going to realize you should have brought them, bring them the next time. It is worth the sacrifice to find the energy to get yourself there. The best time to go is when the tickets are first available, and that's right now. So as of yesterday, the 4 pay became 3 pay. So you got to pay half of it up front, and then 25%, 25% the following months. And I haven't updated the sheet. I'm gonna actually, I'll post it on here for everybody here. It's the Accelerate event. I spelled out the information for it. And then when you go to your back office in Bella Vita, go to store, you can buy it there. Okay. If you're not in Bella Vita yet, get with your instructors because they can still get tickets for you. You can still get there, commit to going and get into Bella Vita later if that's a money thing. We would rather you get a ticket for the event and show up at the event and then work on getting into Bella Vita between now and then. That's okay. That's the worst case scenario. Great. What else can I answer? It came up to me today. If you don't have your way to get there yet and the airline tickets, we still have plenty of time to get airline tickets and watch the prices. Book your event ticket. That commits you to going. It's like you've already committed to it. Now let the rest happen. What I'm going to tell you about universal law that I've learned. If I commit to something, things just line up and make it happen. It always just works out that way. I tell myself I'm going, and maybe you don't have the money in the account right now. Maybe it's not on your credit card right yet, but you have the money to get the ticket. Commit to go to work. It'll fall into place. You've got committed to go. Things will fall into place, right? We all have excess things in our garage. We can all throw stuff on eBay. We can all do things with the energy sitting around us to put it out to get more energy back. That's all it's about. Look at all that junk as energy. Is it doing you any good? Probably not. One man's junk is another man's treasure. Let that energy go somewhere else to give you something to move your life in a better direction, build your taste up. I look at all the advances in life, and I know, Niall, you bring it up because if Niall didn't go to that event in Miami, and I didn't go to that event in Miami, and I was going to the events. If I didn't go to events, my business wasn't growing, and I really wanted to meet the people I was pouring my heart and soul into. But if Niall didn't go to that event, and he had an option not to go, in fact, I remember talking to him after, he almost didn't go to that event. I can tell you right now, the story with Niall and I probably wouldn't be the same if he didn't go to that one event. Most of my relationships happened at events, get-togethers where the energy could spark and you could find your people to help grow with. We have our people here. We just got to connect. We're all spread out throughout this globe, right? We're all over the place. These events, we all get to be together. And believe me, it's felt. It's so awesome. I hate leaving. It's tearful. Every time we break apart, I hate goodbyes. Even though we're going to see each other again, it sucks. And that's how awesome our family is. It's a big family unit of people that care about each other's success, that challenge everybody to go further. Your instructor, as we always cover, they're not there to be your friend. They're there to get you where you need to be so your life can change, so you can help change the lives of others. They're pouring into you so they can get the happiness that comes from helping you succeed and getting what you need, what you deserve. Putting us all in the same room together, freaking powerful. Empowering, powerful. So I'm going to keep killing this horse. You want to get those tickets right now before prices go up. Okay. If you're, the second people come in, we're going to have new people coming in. They're going to sell those tickets out. You don't want to miss out on it because you knew about it first. You guys, we all have first, what's it called? We all have the advantage of being a first mover on it because we're already in the company. The things open up. Events launch business. They launch belief. They tie things together. And it's all part of that taste. And I'm just going to go through something. Okay. I'm going to go through something. You can't learn how to get something you want from someone that's not already doing what you want today. Doing it now, not did it 10 years ago, doing it now. Okay. So from the top down of our organization, you guys are all having access to get where you guys really want to go as far as the possibilities of the financial, the number, right? That monetary number, the energy number we look at. But as far as being happy and joyful, joy is different than happiness. Joy is so much more than happy, right? Like when you feel joy, like happiness, we know what happiness is. So we strive for every day just to be happy. But joy is something you don't just get joy every day. Joy has to be created almost with an event. Like the birth of a grandchild brings joy. It's more than happiness. It's pure joy. All right. I'm gonna go to some like some copywriting antics I learned about words and their values, right? Joy is something we all should get every day because that's like the epitome of happiness. But it's usually a huge event that creates joy. Like again, like the birth of a grandchild. The birth of a child is joy until you have a grandchild. Then it totally beats the whole joy of a child. That just becomes happiness, right? It's just a different value. The taste of joy changes when the elements change or the event of the source of joy happens. And so like and I can depict it, right? The grandchildren, that's joy, right? You know, Winter graduating, you know, the 4 years and watching her struggle and strive to get through that university and get her bachelor's, that's joy because you're proud of what your child accomplished, right? That's joy. It's more than happiness. It's joy because you watched her overcome so many obstacles to get there. You're just it creates that, right? It's like you know, you watch somebody, you know, that you struggle with in an element in life. Maybe they're overcoming addictions or they're overcoming, you know, relationship issues and they get through it. It's more than just happiness. It's joy. You saw a momentous thing happen in somebody you cared for. Joy. When we do these events and we see the growth from event to event to event as an instructor, as a mentor, working with somebody, helping them, show them the way of something you've already accomplished and know is there, it creates joy. We're happy in the little accomplishments to get there, but when we can measure and see the progress and feel that energy exchange from event to event, it creates true joy. So as an instructor, as a mentor, we want to see our students progress and we want them to gain and share in more than just the happiness that comes from an everyday direction, but at a milestone or an event where we can actually take measure and watch how they interact and glow from event to event. It's joyous and it happens during those. So there's a million other reasons to go, and it's also great to give back to your instructor that's been pouring into you, because when they see that growth, that's a reward all by itself. And they're so happy to celebrate it and see it and get everybody together, break bread and celebrate. That's what also happens at the events. So I'm going to put this challenge out to everybody here. Get to the event. If you can only go to one, go to the Bella Vita event, because that Bella Vita RRR event is going to be so many more days of impactful stuff. The Grand Crew event, pure celebration, fun, awesome, but different in its own rights, and it's 1 day versus a 4-day really good focus. It's an intense 4 days that's going to go by super quick, and you're never going to want it to end. You're going to be so sad when it's over because of how great you feel and the taste you adapt to get. And I promise you, whatever you think your taste is, there's a real taste there. And if you want to know what it is, go see what we can measure it on income. Your taste for your goals and achievements, we can measure it by the energy that you have to play with. We'll call that money. If you've never made more than $3,000 a month and you're not over that now, you need to adjust your taste. You need to change your environment. The most efficient way to do that is go to a freaking event. It changes your environment. It changes it in ways you have no comprehension it will. If you've already been to one, there's a reason you're already signed up to go to the next one, because you get it already. You already have a taste. You know how great it tastes and you want it again. And when it's over, you're going to be like, I can't wait till the next one. What do I need to do to get the next one and grow to the next one? What do I need to do to help my team get bigger and help adjust them for the next one? That's what events do. They launch more to create more energy. And so I really wanted to hit that from a couple different angles today. I'm praying on it. I'm meditating on it. And I went to the cigar lounge today, and there's only one guy in there, and he was the guy that was meant to talk to me today. I know it. That's how it works. And when I heard his theology background and we discussed the whole thing on taste, and he brought the whole steak analogy, I was getting some different angles to approach this. And it's kind of like it's like our wine, right? If you've never had a true fine wine before and you get a taste for it, now you're stuck with that taste. You're gonna have a really hard time going to something else. It's taste, but the amount of explaining it does no justice until you actually experience it yourself. I can't taste for you. You know, I've had some amazing wines and I can explain it to you. I can tell you what flavors I get, the aroma I get out of it. I can even explain to you how it changed the taste of the foods I paired it with. But you don't understand it unless you actually experience it for yourself. There is no better educator than experience. There isn't. That's why we teach hands-on. You can't beat experience. You can't. And the true experience with what we do is hanging out together, sharing that energy, and being part of something and setting bigger goals and how we're going to get there together in that environment. I can't stress it enough. And it's one of those things like, you know, is it worth it? Absolutely. But until you tasted it, you don't understand it's worth it. I'm going to go back to the first class airline ticket. Okay. Yeah, it costs extra money. Yeah, there's more things you can do with that money and vice versa. But when you can get it for a pretty good bargain and you're smart about it, why would you not want to do it? Because here's what happens. The second you fly first class, your tastes are going to adjust. You're not going to walk out of there saying, that was bullshit, I'll never do that again. You're going to leave going, I never want to go past the fifth row ever again. Ever, right? Your brain starts thinking differently. Your choices start changing. You start realizing, what do I need to do that next time? What do I need to accomplish to have that taste be part of my everyday taste? It starts happening. Your brain starts getting rewired because your taste is adjusted. This is why Tanya and I are so adamant about taking our leadership to incredible places. Because when we take you to an incredible place, your brain starts thinking differently. You start adjusting and looking at things like, what do I need to do to change my taste to get that? Because it's nice. No one's ever left one of our events and said, you know, that hotel was a piece of crap. I never want to go back there. Doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. It's all part of that taste. And that's why we try to push that and challenge that. It's also, Tanya and I have a taste for that. We don't want to go to just any old place. We want to go to nice places. You guys, we actually get really like picky about the sheets. If the sheets aren't soft or the rough, oh, we're upset. Our tastes are past that. What do we need to do to fix that? And that's why we choose what we do, and you change your lifestyle based on taste, and it's deserved. And it's why we work so hard to put things forward, because we do have our level of taste. We're just trying to share with everybody here. We're trying to give everybody that access because everybody can have it. But we can't just give it to you and you guys don't. You got to experience it yourself. And you got to find a way to make it happen on yourself. So we teach you the fishing elements. So you can get it all the time. One time, it's got to be a change. It's got to be a lifestyle change. That's what we're about. So I wanted to bring home some stuff on taste today. And I do want to get back to focusing on the offers and the stuff we do. But if you don't have a taste, you're not going to start changing the mindset to make those offers work better, because it won't be connecting why you need it. Everybody has a taste, and they're pretty much in that environment today. And you look around, look at the environment that you live in today. Look how much where your time and financial status is. Do you have time to do everything you want to do? And do you have the money to do everything you want to do? If you do, great. You figure out your taste, you're happy. odds are you should want more. That's what we should be striving for. I'm going to, I was talking to a pastor today, right? So we're going into theology stuff and talking about marketing and how things went out there. And you guys, I'll put this in some perspective, okay? And it strikes home to me. And you guys, I usually don't get on and do a sermon or anything like that, but I'm going to just point out some stuff with Jesus Christ. He's probably the biggest marketer that I can think that I've ever read about in my life. He networked with everybody, but even Jesus had to go sell Jesus. He had to go talk to people. He had to go spread the word, and he had to go live by example and teach. It didn't just happen. He had to market. And when you read about his life, I see it through the eyes of a marketer because who I am, but I watched him just market and get others involved and build disciples and people to help train it all. If you watch the course of marketing, even Christ had a market. The more I had this talk with this amazing guy today, and we talked for 2 hours, and we were going over all this stuff. He was the guy I needed to talk to get ready for today. God put him in my path. It worked out great. Hopefully I was able to give him some direction as well. He may well be on one of our calls here soon, right? Just putting it out there. We had a great talk. But I'm going to tell you that there's a lot to what we get to do, and we get to control a lot of change in the world, even if it's just individually, through the power of marketing and getting the message out there. We get to impact by how we choose to live and how we get to have happiness and sharing with others and helping others aspire. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. I'm so happy to we get to do this right now. We get to do this every day. And from Tanya and I to you guys, we love you. We are so glad to be on this journey with you. Let's push you to the next level. Get yourself to that event. I'm going to challenge it out right now. And don't worry, we'll bring it up, I'm sure, every Tuesday because we want to make sure everybody gets there. But I'm going to start looking at the roll and see who's not on the list. I actually had Costa. You guys know he's a close friend of mine. The programmers literally built a code. They're letting me know everybody that books. So I know if you have a ticket or not. And we're going to start hounding you guys because we want you to change your taste. See, we built this amazing smorgasbord of success here. I just can't force you to eat it. The only way I can force you to eat it is get you to adjust your taste. And it's hard to do that, right? We have so many things in our environment's already depicted the way it is. It's already, we've already decided this is who we are, whether we like it or not. This is our environment. We got to change it. As your mentor, as your mentor group here, we need you to push yourself to change it. We need you to change your taste. That's why it's so important that you get there. That's why we have our instructor teams. You can work out. They can match things together and find a way to get you there. So get going on it. Let's make it happen. Love you guys. See you guys on the call tomorrow night for our wonderful and fun Wine Wednesday. We'll be on there, and we'll just keep plugging along. But you guys get there. All right. Love you all. God bless. See you tomorrow.